Here we don't need that many lands, so I'm going to first put the Consider and then a land, or I could just put Thought Scour, an island, and then Thought Scour. No, I need so those two. Ah, okay. My me taking my time won me the game. Hello everyone, this is Jimmy PRT, and we're gonna play today another league match. Unfortunately, the previous league that I did, the recording did not work in the end. So last week I played, or the last time I recorded, I played another Mono Blue Tempo, my version 2, and I went 4-1, still quite great. And now we are at version 3. So this week we're going to try out something a bit new. We are going to play with 2 Murmuring Mystic instead of 1. I've been in love with Murmuring Mystic lately. It has won me game. It has been just a really great late game card. So I would like to now, let's try 2. And I think in some matchup we can always sideboard them out without any problem. One other changes as well is I added 2 Force Spike to the main deck instead of 3 Spell Pierce. And we are playing with 1 Cryptic Serpent less than the 4 that I played in the previous 2 versions, and 1 Deep Analysis less. For the sideboard, I'm trying out with 1 copy of Tormod's Crypt, and as well, I brought back a Piracy Charm, as I loved the first version where I used it. It saw some nice play, so I decided we're going to give it a shot again. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, and let's hope we're going to trophy this one out. Okay, match 1. Let's start. I'm going to keep this end. Not much to do in the first few turns, but I think I can still lure and reveal, take out as many lands as possible from my deck, and then get the spell in my graveyard already. We don't have to worry about lands either. Gonna play an island and then we're gonna pass. I think it's Orzhov Ephemerate. I think countering this one won't be too bad, because now they will not get stuff out of my graveyard, and they won't be able to blink it to get more stuff out, and quite a versatile card. So I think it's a good play. It's a good card for us to get rid, and since we don't have many other ways to get rid of it. Okay, so the Bojuka Bog. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to consider. Put it on top of the library. Draw. Then we're going to pass. For Spike. Okay. Play and land and pass. Play another land. Inspiring Overseer. We're going to counter this one. 2 damage flyer that draws a card is not so good for us. Okay, now I think I could either play the Cryptic Serpent but tap out for it. I think I'd rather wait 1 more turn, or I can bait also the removal. Let's just play it right now. We have a second one if they remove it. Then we can start putting some pressure otherwise. The thing is now with the Force Spike, it is a good card that we can use to counter. However, we don't know if they would tap out and still have the 1 mana. For example, here, they still have the 1 mana, so I wouldn't have been able to counter it anyway. Now, the question I will ask myself here is, do I want to snap the Thorn of the Black Rose to try to attack and then maybe have them having to cast it again next turn? I think this would makes the most sense. So I'm going to snap the Thorn of the Black Rose. We're going to attack with the Cryptic Serpent Either they make it block or not. Ephemerate. That is a really good card for us to force spike. Now the Ephemerate is gone. This is where we want it to be. We're going to untap 2 lands. We're going to go to combat and swing for 6. They will block. Okay. I'm going to first cast Consider. We are going to put into the graveyard. We have Spell Pierce. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it only costs 2 to cast Cryptic Serpent. And now we can pass with 1 Spell Pierce open. So Inspiring Overseer, good card. And they're going to draw in card and gain 1. They crack the clue to draw a card, which is a good sign. This means that we will be able to get the Monarch and then as well to draw the card at the end of the turn and also deal a good amount of damage. Because I don't think they will block. They do want to keep the Inspiring Overseer to steal the Monarch back. So it's going to be a nice 12 damage, bringing them down to 10. We hit them for 12. We are going to take the Monarch. We're going to pay 1 to play the Delver of Secrets, so we can get some flyers as well in the air to block, if we would like to, the Inspiring Overseer. And then we're going to draw a card into Tolarian Terror. Great card for us. Now they have 7 cards in hand, so they will probably potentially draw into blockers. They will kill our Delver of Secrets. Interesting play for 3. They will Chainer's Edict. We are going to Spell Pierce this. Now, I mean, they will have the mana next turn to cast it again, but by then we will have as well another Terror, so they will have to at least block 1 card next turn, which will be the Core Skyfisher, or they will not block right now. They will not attack right now, and we will draw a card at the end of the next turn. That's perfect. Okay. Now, we're going to first move to combat. We're going to attack for 12. They will block 1, so we would do 6 damage. Then we're going to play Tolarian Terror, and we are going to draw 2 cards. Play the land, and play a Delver of Secrets. And draw the end step. And this is our game. Right, let's go to game 2. I think my deck right now is actually already quite good against them. They will bring some graveyard hate, I assume. The Murmuring Mystic is good against them. Let's get rid of 1 Murmuring Mystic and bring the Dispel. Let's go for that. This is a really good hand for us, considering we can play the Delver and then we have enough other spell to draw into our land, including Brainstorm. And then if we get the second land, we can Brainstorm, put a 2 Consider on top, and then Thought Scour it. Okay, so they have the Relic turn 1, like they always have. It's insane how in game 2, they always have the Relic opening hand without having to mulligan or anything. But that's just how it is. But as we've seen so far, whenever we played against the Relic, I'm touching wood, crossing my finger that I'm not jinxing it, but the Relic is strong, obviously, but not back-breaking for us. Now, let's see what we reveal. I think I'm going to Brainstorm here. Perfect. We are going to put then 1 Consider and 1 Thought Scour. We're going to reveal the Thought Scour. They're going to make us exile the Brainstorm. That's okay. We're going to reveal the Thought Scour. Yes. We're going to draw it. We're going to play the land. And then we are going to attack for 3. End step, I will Thought Scour, discarding the Consider, or potentially just consider to put a consider into the graveyard, since I do not know what the other card is. Maybe I think it might be a better place, since they probably will use the relic anyway, sooner rather than later. Okay, we are going to consider. They're going to cast down, which has us having at least the Delver to use against the relic. Trigger, we're going to put this into our graveyard and move to our turn. Sure, we're going to get rid of the Delver. We're going to play the land. We are first going to Thought Scour ourselves, which was another Delver and an island. Not what we wanted to see here, but it is okay. We have then here Snap and Counter Spell. So we're going to simply pass the turn. They will crack the clue to draw a card. Attack for 1. And then pass the turn. Perfect. For 1 mana, we're going to Thought Scour. Now, there would be their window to exile the relic. Otherwise, exactly. Okay, this is what I thought. That's okay. It happens. Now, let's see what we mill. 2 Brainstorm. That's perfect. Now we have 3 spells again. We're back to where we were before them cracking the relic. Then we can simply pass on that. We have Snap and Counter Spell twice. 3 snaps. So we can react to them playing, and then we will be able to start putting some creatures on the board. We are going to pass the turn. With 4 mana open. They're going to go to combat. Swing for 1. We are at 17. They're going to play a Vampire Sovereign that we will gladly counterspell. Move to our turn. Murmuring Mystic. I think we're first going to play... You know what? I will not play anything. We're going to pass the turn on this. We have a great hand right now. What we need is a little bit more land, because I would love to have at least protection for the Murmuring Mystic, or play the Serpent or the Terror for as little as possible. So if I would play them right now, they all cost 3, which means I don't have anything to react afterwards. No protection, no counterspell. So a 5th land would be best, or 1 more card into my graveyard. So this is the 5th land, which is good. Now I can cast the Cryptic Serpent for 3 and still have a Snap to bring it back to my hand, or counterspell, depending on what they do. Or both, because Snap is sort of free. Okay, here they want to exile it. I will snap it back into my hand, untapping 2. And now I still have the mana open for a counterspell. Core Skyfisher, I will counterspell. Might not have been the best play right now, but they don't have anything else, so that's good for us. All right, first of all, we are going to play a Murmuring Mystic. We have now the snaps to protect it. We can bounce it back, still create a 1/1 bluebird. Now, Ephemerate. I want them to not be able to use Ephemerate again, so I will snap. Here we go. Win the match. Okay, so match 2 against Rudberg. I will start, and I will keep this hand. We're going to play an island, and then pass the turn. Goblin Blast Runner. Okay. Go to the end step. We are first going to brainstorm so that we can then play stuff for the Thought Scour. We're going to put a Thought Scour as well as a deep analysis. Then On the upkeep, we're going to use a Thought Scour. And then I think keep 1 mana for a Force Spike. So upkeep, we're going to Thought Scour. Perfect. We're going to go to main. We're going to play an island. We're going to then pass the turn. Because whatever they play, I can play the Force Spike, which will make then the Tolarian Terror cost way less, and then we'll be able to play it as a defend, so something to defend ourselves. Or if they don't play anything that I can Force Spike, I can also then Lorien Revealed for land. For example, this, I need to Force Spike this. So the attack for 3. Declare no block. And we're going to move to our turn. So it's going to be an island. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think it's going to be first a Tolarian Terror. And then a Delver of Secrets. We have the blockers now. I would be willing to sacrifice a Delver of Secrets against the Goblin Blast Runner. Then next turn we're going to have another Delver, the Snap. I think we're going to be in a good position. We can even Lorien Revealed for another land to be sure that we have all the lands. But right now we're in a good position having blockers, especially the Terror, which is really hard to deal with them. They will play Lava Dart on probably the Delver. They are going to play another Lava Dart. And attack with a Goblin Blast Runner. Attack with everything. Okay. We're going to take 4 damage, but we can kill the Monastery Swift Spear. Mutagenic Growth. Now it makes sense why they played it. I did not think about this one. Still better to have... No, I don't think I can do much more here. They only have 1 card, so it's still going to be the Delver of Secrets, and then we're going to pass the turn. We can snap the Goblin Blast Runner if they sacrifice something. I'm going to block the Epicure. And we're going to snap the Blast Runner. I'm tapping 2. So 2 Blast Runner. Interesting. We're going to Lorien Revealed for an island. Move to our turn. Now, is there an out for me here? They will sacrifice. There is no out for me. I will concede. Sideboard is relatively simple. We have 4 Blue Blast. Put them here. We have 3 Hydroblast. As well as 2 Dispel. Now, the 2 Dispel, I'm not sure I want to play them. We're going to have to figure that out. We can get rid of the Delvers. I'm going to really get rid of the 2 Dispel. We have 2 Force Spikes already. I think 2 Spell Pierce might not be too necessary. I'm going to get rid of 1 Pounder. The Murmuring Mystics, we can get rid of them so we can bring back now the other Spell Pierce. And I think I'm going to go for this. I will start. Yes. You know what? We're going to keep. We have the snap to snap something. We have them. It's a bit dangerous. Not the best hand, not going to lie. It's a bit risky, but if it works it could work in our favor as well. The Brainstorm into something, one of the many one of the many blue blast and hydro blast that we have could be just perfect, and then we're going to be in a good situation. And then rapidly with the brainstorm and the snap, we can have potentially more stuff in our graveyard depending on what we draw with the brainstorm, and then quickly put some Tolarian Terror, and Cryptic Serpent would be best for us. So we're going to play an island, and then we're going to pass into Chain Lightning. So we deal 3. Okay. Now, why didn't I have an end step? Okay, that sucks. It's going to be all right. We have the snap and counter spell if you want to do something about that. I would not have a problem with it. We're going to let it resolve. Now, if the attack with the Monastery Swift Spear, do something with it. For example, cast anything. Declare no blocker. I think I'm going to bounce it back. I'm going to untap 2 land. And if they play it now, I'm going to counter it. End step, they don't do anything. So I'm going to brainstorm. We're going to put one of the Cryptic Serpent on top and the island on top. Then we're going to brainstorm again. I'm going to put the same thing, Cryptic and then island. We're going to draw the island for turn. We're going to play the island. We have 3 spells, and then we're going to pass. We have still a counter spell, and brainstorm again. So we're going to be at 4. So Tolarian will cost 2. Hopefully we draw into a land. Now they play the Swift Spear again for 2. We're going to let it resolve. We're going to have blockers against it, so it's going to be perfect. They play the Synthesizer. We're going to counter the Synthesizer. So they don't get any card advantage from it. Then they're going to attack for 2. And then next step, we're going to brainstorm. That's not bad. We're going to put again the Cryptic Serpent and then the Thought Scour on top. They move to our turn. Draw the Thought Scour. I think I'm going to play the Thought Scour even though I get rid of the Cryptic Serpent. But this way, I'm going to be able to play... Ooh, that's perfect. Then play 1 terror. Play another terror. The next turn I have Counterspell Hydroblast and another terror. So it's going to be, for us, we're going to be in a really good position. Right now they play the synth. What will they reveal? Kuldotha. That's bad for us, but not impossible to deal with. And of course they have the Bushwhacker. They have the complete combo. Okay, so we're going to go to block. We're going to block at least 2 of them. We're going to take 6 if they don't have any mutagenic growth, which obviously... No, they have a gut shot. Okay. Well, we exchanged the Swift Spear. We have a snap. Going to use it right away to at least get rid of one of the token. We're then going to play the terror, and we're going to pass the turn. I could have attacked, but I think keeping another blocker, 1 more turn is going to be good until... You know what? I don't want them to have any card advantage. I'm going to counter it. Island. Now we can start the pummeling. I have an Hydroblast to counter whatever they want to do. So I think it's safe for me to just attack for 10. Putting them on a 2-turn clock. Could have attacked with just 1, but I think I'm safe with only 3 cards in their hand and 1 Hydroblast. It's good. It's the Bushwhacker. Kicked. I will counter it. So for exactly this reason, I felt relatively safe with this turn. And having them, so them not playing anything tells me that it was the right play. Now, we're going to at least need to block 1. Perfect. And I will play the Cryptic Serpent. Okay, let's see if they drew into possibly something that will help them, but otherwise this is our game. So the Bushwhacker, they can attack for 6, and could they have something? Let's see. I will block 1. What did they have in their hand? Lightning Bolt. They're tapped out. So the only one gut shot, and I win. Okay. Turn. Let's go for game 2. I like the deck that I have right now. We're going to go for it. That's a really good hand. I'm going to keep this one. Consider Thought Scour is going to help us cast the Tolarian Terror early. Spell Pierce is perfect for us. Tormod Script. Oh, okay. So they already get rid of it, but this is problematic for us. If they have a turn 2 Bushwhacker, we're in deep problem, but I have a Hydroblast now. It's a bitter situation. We can counter the Bushwhacker. I'm going to counter the Synth. I think they're going to be stuck on 1 land. Another Tormod Script. It's no problem. We're here for the longer game, but those tokens are problematic. Blue Blast, that's really good. We're going to pass. Synth again. We are going to Hydroblast it. We don't want them to get any card advantage of any sort. They can attack for 3 for now. I'm fine with it. Now I think I'm going to have them potentially crack the crypt. Brainstorm in an island. We have 4. If they don't, then they can play the terror. Okay, so they do cast it. That's okay. 1 snap, that's alright. We're going to snap one of their token so they can't stop harassing us a little bit. I'm going to Thought Scour. And we are going to consider. I'm going to put it into graveyard. We don't need it. We have a Brainstorm. That's okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. That's great for us. We play the island. We're going to tap. We're going to snap 1 more token. Untap 2 land. Play a terror for 1. And then we're going to pass the turn. With 1 blue blast open. 1 Brainstorm, 1 roll. Lorien revealed. So we can all do at least 2 of them. So, Lightning Bolt for 3. I'm going to let it happen. Go to 9. We're going to Brainstorm first. Put an island and a snap. And then I'm going to Lorien reveal. We only need 1 snap more so that we can shuffle the library, then get a land, and then move to our turn. We're going to play the island. We're going to go to combat, swing for 5, and then move to their turn. We are going to snap their creature, untap 2 land, and they pass. We're going to play a Thought Scour. 2 island, that is great. Then an island, we can keep the Lorien reveal to draw 5 next turn, move to combat for 5, pass the turn. Lightning Bolt, I'm going to let it happen again. I'm at 6. Now I cannot let anything else happen. So this will not happen. Spell Pierce. I'm going to draw 3 cards. Hopefully a land. There's 1 land, so we have the Spell Pierce. Or another terror. But I think a Spell Pierce, I think we're going to keep it open for this turn in case they play more bolt effect. Lava Dart for 1. Gonna have to happen. 1 is not enough for me to counter it for Spell Pierce. They will be able to pay for it. Gonna have to let it happen. Now they will have to block. Just gonna consider. Hey, perfect. Now I'm gonna move to combat. I will swing for 5. They will block 1. Then I'm gonna play 1 for 1 more. And then we're gonna pass the turn. They can only attack for 1. I have Blue Blast, Spell Pierce, and Counter Spell. I don't think they can do much more against this. I will Blue Blast this one. Moving to my turn. I'm going to first Brainstorm. We are going to put Lorien Reveal and Consider. Keeping 1 more Blue Blast. We're going to move to combat. We're going to destroy one of the token. And I think this is going to be the game. Perfect. Match 3. Oh, we're playing against Sitting Raken. So he is playing Familiar. Gonna play an island. And we're gonna pass. Let's try to not make too many mistakes here. We are going to Thought Scour. Cryptic Serpent Island. Not good for us, but it's okay. Gonna play an island, and then we're gonna pass. We're gonna keep this snap. Godfarrow's Faithful is problematic for us. I will Force Spike the Modern Age. And in the end step, we're going to Brainstorm. Here we are going to put the Ponder and the Lorien Revealed on the top. And then we're going to move to our turn. We're going to play for 1 mana. So we are going to play the Delver of Secrets. We're going to keep the Force Spike as well as the Snap or the Lorien Revealed. But knowing what we have on the top, we could also just let it happen because it's going to transform. Okay, Sunscape Familiar. It's okay. It happens. Now, I think here we're going to... Okay, we're going to let it happen first. Okay. We're going to reveal the Ponder. We're going to move to combat. He's going to snap. Then I'm going to snap the Sunscape Familiar. I'm tapping 2. I'm going to let it happen. We're going to then play for 1 mana the Delver of Secrets. Yeah, we're going to pass. We have the Force Spike in case we can block something. Maybe they play the Sunscape Familiar afterwards. Would be better for us. So while tapping out, but then I'm going to lower and reveal. On their turn, they played the Sunscape Familiar again. Azorius, Chancery, end step. We're going to Lorien Reveal, showing an island, getting an island, and then move to our turn. Let's see what we reveal here. Spell Pierce. We are going to show them the Spell Pierce. Then we're going to play an island. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 2, we're going to play the Cryptic Serpent. And then we're going to move to combat and swing for 3. Bring them to 20. I'm going to keep the Spell Pierce and Force Spike. This is problematic. Mold Drifter for 3. I have to let it happen. Okay, we're going to move to our turn. That's okay. So, 1, we're going to Ponder. We're going to put Counterspell on top. Then Consider. Then Consider. We're going to play the Consider. Put it into Graveyard. Draw this Counterspell. Now we're going to move to combat. Swinging both. Might block. That's what I thought. And then take 5. We have a snap. I could play the snap right now, but an encounter spell, another Sunscape Familiar. I'm gonna play the snap, bring back, untap 2, and then we're gonna pass a turn. Hopefully they don't draw into Sunscape. I'm gonna try to counter spell. So for 4 mana, another Mold Drifter. I would guess. Otherwise, they can play them. For 2, they could play Mold Drifter, Evoked, then Ghostly Flicker, Lorien Revealed. It happens. They draw 3. They are tapped out. Chancery, bouncing a land. That's okay. Now, Ghostly Flicker is going to be really problematic, as it can easily go infinite. Okay, but Counterspell is perfect. Now I'm going to move to combat, swing the Serpent. I'm going to then pass the turn, keeping the Counterspell and Spell Pierce. Even though they have a lot of mana now, I think it's still important for me to keep it. Best case scenario, I would love to draw into a Brainstorm, potentially, then so I can put Deep Analysis and mill the Deep Analysis somehow. Murmuring Mystic we will be forced to counterspell. Murmuring Mystic would be a really problematic card against us, as they can play one spell every turn, then just block forever the Cryptic Serpent. I do not want that. Now they play the Snap. There's not much I can do against this. They're going to untap 2 Chancery. That's a lot of mana. Mole Drifter. Okay. Cryptic Serpent. And then we're going to pass. Will I have it out? I am not certain. Okay, so Mole Drifter. Evoked. I'm going to let it happen. Has to happen. Ephemerate. Yeah. Fortunately, I cannot do anything against it. Sunscape Familiar. Yeah, I think this is going to be the end. Island. We're going to deep analysis. If they counter it, okay. We are going to concede. Let's go to the sideboard. Okay. So for the sideboard, I should bring 2 this spell. I will start. Let's keep it. I need to counter everything they have. Absolutely everything. I like seeing mulligans. I mean, I like seeing them for me. Okay. Game 2. Let's submit. I'm going to keep this one again. Ash Baron. I'm going to play an island. We're going to pass. We're going to consider. I'm going to put this one in the graveyard. We don't need too many copies of it. I think we're going to move to our turn. I'm going to play an island, and then we're going to pass. Potentially playing the consider, and then Lauren reveal depending on what they're going to do. Sunscape Familiar. I'm going to let it happen. Then we're going to move to the end step. I'm going to first consider. See what we have. Another consider. I'm going to put it into graveyard, and then we're going to Lorien Revealed to get another land. Now we have enough lands. We don't need to Lorien Reveal again. And then we're going to move to our turn. Another Lorien Reveal. Okay. I'm going to play a Cryptic Serpent and I'm going to pass the turn. Turn 3 Cryptic Serpent is not bad. I would like to draw into at some point our Valerian Terror. Snap for 2. I'm going to Dispel. They tapped out. They cannot add more mana. I mean, they could counter it, so negate. Okay, it happens. But they don't have as much mana as they wanted, so they only have 4. Another Sunscape. Oh, this is problematic. And Preordain. And Murmuring Mystic. Crap. Delver. Snake. Pass. I have to let it happen. Zorus Chancery. Cycling Ash Baron. Okay. My turn. Let's see what we reveal. Deep analysis. I'm going to reveal it. I'm going to play an island. Move to combat. We are going to swing everything we have. We're going to deep analysis. And then we're going to play the Tolarian Terror. Passing. I don't think it's any worth it to keep the Force Spike. Force Spike, I think 1 copy might be good. I think I'm now seeing one of the problem with Force Spike. I think 3 copy of only of Spell Pierce I think is better. Okay, we're gonna first brainstorm. We're gonna put then Thought Scar. Play an island. We're gonna brainstorm again while they're tapped out. Put the island and the Lorien Reveal on top. Then play a Tolarian Terror. We're gonna move to combat. I'm gonna swing with both. They're at 5. No, okay, another God's Pharaoh. Let it happen. They're at 8 cards now. For 2, it's gonna be a snap. They still have blue mana open. I'm gonna have to let it happen. I don't think I can get out of this situation yet again. Sunscape familiar, okay. Lorien revealed. Yeah, that's it. What's GG? What a strong deck. He's also a really good player. You can I suggest watching his videos. He's definitely the go-to if you want to learn about familiar, or also he has played a lot of Ashnod, so the Tron altar. Suggest watching him. Okay. We are now in match 4. I'm going to keep this one. I still have the chance to draw a second island. Otherwise, I can just play the island and ponder or consider first, and then more ponder, figure out where the island is, and then shuffle, I think. But not that bad. Is mulligan to 3 cards. Will he even try it? They do. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna first cast Brainstorm. Now that we've found a Brainstorm, and if there's, that's perfect. Okay. We are going to keep one island on the top, or even we could go for, maybe we don't need ponder, so we could just go ponder and then consider, and then we can use consider next turn to put the ponder on the graveyard. We don't need it anymore. All right, game 2. Miss Voltbridge tells me that I might need to bring 1 Tormod script against, and then potentially 1 or 2 Dispel. And I think that's, without the information I have, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ditch 2 Force Spike, and we're going to ditch one of the Murmuring Mystic. Okay, they play first. I love this hand. I'm going to keep Brainstorm. Delver is always a good combo. Okay, so it's Affinity. I should have brought the Steel Sabotage, but I couldn't have known. Can still play Delver of Secrets here. Then pass. But Dispel is still good against the... Dispel is still a good card against especially Deadly Dispute. So good card against them. Gonna pass. We're gonna see what we reveal. I'm not gonna use the Brainstorm. I think I'm gonna keep the counter spell. It's a consider. I'm gonna reveal it. Now we have the consider. Good. Move to combat. Swing for 3. And then we're gonna pass. We're gonna keep it open. We can first Brainstorm, then consider, or we counter spell something right now. Depending on what they're gonna play. They don't do anything, so I'm gonna first Brainstorm. Here we don't need that many lands, so I'm going to first put the consider and then a land, or I could just put Thought Scour, an island, and then Thought Scour. No, I need, so those 2. Huh. Okay. Me taking my time won me the game. All right, last match of this league. We are 3-1. Let's hope for a 4-1. I'm going to start this, and we are going to keep this one. I love a Thought Scour Brainstorm. Neat little interaction. So I can put as many cards into the graveyard as possible. We're going to first play an island, and then we're going to pass. Let's see what we're up against. So, basic island. Okay. We are going to Brainstorm. Let's put 2 Thought Scour into the top. They're going to Mental Note. Okay. So it is Dimir Terror. We're going to play the land. We are going to pass the turn. I'm going to Thought Scour, Counterspell, Thoughtscour. So we have 4. And then I can end step Consider. Let's go for the 5th. That's perfect. We're going to put them all and then move to our turn. Going to play 1. And they probably have a counterspell, but let's try and play right away the Cryptic. So they have the counterspell. Was to be expected. Now we can just pass a turn. And a Tolarian Terror. Okay. They are now tapped out. Okay, so we have a bit overflooded. I will simply play the Cryptic Serpent. I'm going to keep my snap open. I mean, if they right now play a Gurmag Angler at some point, that would be best. I know I've repeated multiple times, but I love the snap interaction. You know what? I'm going to make them... I'm going to bring it back to my hand. They're going to attack me for 5, but they lost 4 life on this. Spell Pierce for 2. Okay, no. So it will not work. So they will kill my Cryptic Serpent. Now they're going to attack for 5. Thought Scour. Okay. Not what I want to see. I am overflooding in a 16 land deck. Not the greatest position. I'm going to take the 5. I'm going to go down to 10. Then I'm going to pass. They're at 2. Okay, now. What is this? I'm going to try to snap it. I don't have much. I'm going to pay 2. Yes. I'm going to snap it back to his hand. Untap 2. They're going to play it again. Yep. Oh, another one. Snap. Okay. Let's concede. And move to game 2. We're going to bring in 1 Tormod script. We are going to bring 1 Piracy Charm and 2 Dispel. We are going to ditch 2 Force Spike. And we are going to ditch 1 Ponder and then 1 Murmuring Mystic. And I think that's going to be our deck. I will start 4 land. I'm going to try to keep it. I think 4 land is a lot. It's too many, but I can brainstorm, potentially putting... And if I brainstorm into any of my... brainstorm into any of my deck that cards that mill, then I'll be fine. Oh, I should have brains. I got distracted, so now I'm gonna brainstorm. We are going to put 1 island and then 1 deep analysis, and then pass. We're gonna play the island. We're gonna play the Delver of Secrets. Okay, that was not a good play for me. My last game right now is... I'm throwing my last game, but okay. It's okay. It's not going to despair. Mental note. I'm gonna... Here when they brainstorm and put stuff on top, tells me that they don't want to necessarily to draw it, so I'm gonna just spell pierce it. Okay, so now they end up shuffling the library anyway, but it's still not in a bad position. They only have 1 mana. We're gonna draw the island. We're not gonna reveal it. No. We're gonna play the island, and we're gonna play deep analysis. I don't have anything else anyway to do. Okay, then we're gonna attack for 1 and start the beatdown. Slow, for sure, but starting it. Murmuring Mystic. So they're playing it. Interesting. Now, let's see what we revealed. A brainstorm. Yes, I want to reveal it. We are going to play an island. We're going to brainstorm. We're going to put the deep analysis and an island on top. We're going to then play the Thought Scour to Lorien reveal. We're going to then brainstorm again, tapping for 1. Okay, now we have a counter spell. That's good. We're going to put a Lorien reveal and an island on top. Then move to combat. We're going to swing for 3 and then pass the turn. Brainstorm. It happens. They will island cycle because they apparently did not like what they had, which is okay. Solarian Terror. I'm going to counter this. Hopefully they don't have a spell pierce. I say it and they have it. And I think that's going to be the game. I don't think I can get out of this situation. Yeah, I'm going to concede this one. Not worth trying it. Even Lorien revealed they will be too good in a position. Let's see what I draw. But with deep analysis. Nah, okay. This will be my game. All right, that was my version 3 of Mono Blue Tempo. We ended up going 3-2. Lost against Dimir Terror, as well as Blue-White Familiar. Now, the result of this deck, I can say that I did not like Force Spike that much. I think I would try to keep one more copy into the deck. I was not able to test out Murmuring Mystic at all, almost, so I'm gonna have to try it again. Having 3 copies of Cryptic Serpent was also, I did not feel like it make that much difference. I am going to potentially just try again with the Cryptic Serpent, but I think I'm gonna play with 3 Spell Pierce. I'm gonna try a version with 3 Spell Pierce, 1 Force Spike potentially, or even maybe 3 Deep Analysis and 3 Spell Pierce instead of Force Spike in general. But yeah, so this was my league. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the content, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you have any idea on how to improve this deck, please let me know. And otherwise, thank you for subscribing and have a good day.